frustration of white worm cultures. The daily feeding requirement, the soil substrate aging and compaction, the occasional need to reset your worm culture and not able to harvest all your worms. Today, I'm about to show you an alternative method to raise your worm in a soilless environment, and it worked flawlessly for us, and also very little time was spent maintaining them. So without further ado, let's get started. To start a new culture, you want to use this Rubbermaid Brilliance 3.2 cup container and 2 of these down non-scratch scotch pads. You will need 2 of these pads, as I will explain later. The bottom, we use this plastic needle grid canvas. This is optional as it props the pad from the bottom of the container, give more aeration for healthy growth. The reason for this particular container is the rubber gasket that create a good seal to prevent worms from escaping. Basically, any other container will work. It's just a little bit harder to open and close. I will need to show you how to remove these snap handle just by propping a scissor underneath, and this handle pops off. The latch is not needed, and also because of the tiny holes, I'll put a little piece of the dryer lint over the top as to prevent gnats and flies from getting in, like so. As for the plastic canvas, you'll need to cut to rough size and also snip out the corners so it gets a perfect fit. And this completes the setup of the worms. This is the original tray that you see in the beginning. As time progresses, the worm will poop everywhere inside the pad and cause the tray become toxic for the worm. So after about 3-4 feedings, you may want to wash the pads and the trays. So what we use is this wash bottle. By squirting around as much as you collecting water, and shake it side to side to loosen all the dirt. We usually wash it into a catcher tray, but if you don't mind losing a few worms, you can simply just flush this down the drain. After a few rinses, you can catch a few escapee from this wastewater. But make sure you drain all the excess water from the pad as much as possible so that they don't get drowned in the water. Let me wash one more time and we'll finish washing to the end. So after about 4 or 5 rinses, the water starts to getting clear, and this is probably the end. As you can see, all that come from about a month of worth of feeding. After all the commotion, the worm has gone into the pad. But this is where we split the culture. When everything's doing so well, you want to basically not overpopulate your tray and split into another setup. So that's what we're gonna do right now. So the simplest way, because we use 2 of these pads, that's why we need 2, is to simply lift this up. See all the worms? Place another culture, squirt some water. You're done. This takes about 10 seconds. Can this be any simpler? You can feed just about everything that you eat or your pet will eat. Some food will be more smelly than the other, so we're trying to avoid them. We try fish pellets, cat food, and this is dog food. Any dry food works great. After feeding, just lightly moisten the food for the worm to digest easily. And simply you just forget about them for a week. And keep watching your worm grow. This is about it. Happy worm wrangling. Have a great day. Remember, close your lid.